We're going to be doing some writing sprints today for NaNoWriMo, just like last time, if you were here last time. If you weren't here last time, basically the gist of it is we're just going to do 3 writing sprints, so set a timer and just write kind of as focused as you can until the timer goes off. I think we're going to do 15 minutes, I think. Is that what we did last time?
We did 15 minutes last time. If we're tired at the end, we might bump it down to 10, but yeah, target at 15.
Okay, cool. 3 15-minute word sprints. It's pretty relaxed. You can work on really whatever you want. We'll give people a couple minutes to keep showing up since it's not actually 11 yet. If you guys want to just say hi, say where you're from, or say what you're working on. First time writing. That's very exciting. I seem to have finished the story at 10,000 words. I guess there's more of a media outline. Oh, I can't see the rest of your comment. Let me see. Oh, any suggestions on how not to be stingy on words? Honestly, like how not to be stingy on words. Wait, maybe clarify what you mean by that. If anything, it can be good to be stingy on words because it means you're not overwriting, which is probably a problem for more people. Hi from BC. Oh my god, I'm from BC. Hi. Hello, fellow BC people. I'm almost afraid to ever do any publishing. Like, what if I find out all this work just leads to disappointment? You know, publishing is scary. I totally get it, but I think it's nice to, like, if you enjoy the process, never a waste of time. So, like, if you're having fun with it, you don't publishing it, then in the end, like, you still created something, and that's totally fine. It's good to, like, learn to write things just for yourself and then kind of see publishing a bonus extra step rather than, like, something you need.
Yeah, you also have to ask yourself, though.
All week.
Yeah, you also have to ask yourself, though, what if you spend all this time writing and it leads to wonderful things? It leads to a publication that you're really proud of. You end up with people who really enjoy your work. I mean, that's definitely possible, too.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, even, like, you never know. Find joy in it wherever you can. Writing, watching from Colorado and working on literary fiction. Hello. Hello, I'm from Pakistan. First time taking part in NaNoWriMo. Good luck. I hope you're having fun.
Very exciting.
Is it really late in Pakistan? I'm always impressed at, like, the range of time zones that people will commit to attend these. Or you're just night writers like me, which I relate to.
Yeah,
How
also,
is
if anybody
NaNoWriMo going? Like, are you... Oh,
sorry, you can go ahead. I was just saying, I noticed somebody was asking about a delay.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, how
chat.
is your...
There are definitely delays. We're having a little bit of lag between us.
Delayed.
So bear with us a little bit.
I can tell there's a bit of delay because we keep cutting each other off. I think that's probably why. Yeah, we'll try to, hopefully that will sort itself out. I don't know. Anyways, what I wanted to ask was just like, how is everyone's NaNoWriMo going? Is it going well for you? Are you ahead, behind, whatever you're doing? I'm doing like an unconventional NaNoWriMo where I don't care about the word count and I just try to write every day. And honestly, highly recommend. It's been pretty great. I've been writing way more than I thought I would be, even without paying attention to the word count at all. So if you're struggling with the word count, I would definitely recommend that as an option.
Oh, someone says, I'm working full-time at the moment, not compatible. I feel that. I'm obviously working full-time here as well, so trying to get those words in outside of a full day can be pretty tiring, not gonna lie.
Yeah. I find that the thing is, at least at the moment, like, other than work, I don't really have anything else to do because of social distancing. So instead of doing things or going places after work, I just write. Maybe that's why I've been writing so much.
I'm sure that is a factor, yeah.
Yeah. It's hard if you're in school too. I didn't do NaNoWriMo when I was in university because it's a bad time. Like November is always like midterms. I don't know why we decided to align those two things. So if you're doing NaNoWriMo while in school, good luck. You're so strong. Hello from the UK. I'm using NaNoWriMo to brainstorm my book and discover right at the beginning, and it's been going pretty well so far. That's very exciting. You can do NaNoWriMo for whatever you want, you know, like you can use it to brainstorm. Very exciting. Oh, someone says I'm pretty shocked, but I'm actually slightly ahead. I've had a few days where I'm getting my words in at 1 minute to midnight. I feel like I'm not ahead, I'm a little bit behind, but like similar to you, I'm extremely shocked at how much I've written. Like I thought that most days I would be writing just like a tiny bit, but I've been hitting the word count like like probably the majority of the days without trying. It's really surprising. I don't know what's going on.
It's the magic of November. About 60,000
words in and nowhere near the end. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Terms. A bunch of people look like they're on track.
Oh, Jen, I think you have a bit of a lag because your voice is coming in like really slow and deep like a monster.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if the issue's on. You wanna guys? Yeah, I think we should do that. Something is up. Okay, we're gonna refresh. Okay. Oh, I don't know where Jen is. See if we can get her back.
Okay.
Give Jen a moment. I don't know where she went. And we'll start writing when she gets back. Oh, you're back. Hello.
There we go.
I can't really hear you, but
All right.
oh, people say that they can hear you fine.
Okay. Well, so long as somebody can hear me, I guess. Anyway, we're not going to be talking for like the next 15 minutes.
I can't hear you, but it seems like maybe other people can. Sounds good. Okay. I don't know if you can hear me, but if we want to start a sprint, we'll figure this out. Well, you guys, right? Cool. Okay. All right. We'll try to fix this before the end of this. Right. Is this all working? We're all back. Our technical difficulties sorted.
Hopefully.
Good? Okay, Jen, good. I can hear you again. Wonderful. All right.
Okay.
I know there's a little bit of lag with the comments, but if you guys want to send in how much you wrote or how that went for you, please feel free. Someone wrote 900 words, someone else 1,000 words. You guys, you're on fire. That's so many. How about for you, Jen?
Yeah, that is a lot for a stream. Yeah, I got, let me see, about 300 this time. So
nice.
Not the 900, but not gonna complain.
I see someone says only 79 words, but I mostly edited some earlier writing. Editing is still progress.
Yeah.
792. You guys are writing so much. Wow. Someone else 800. I finished a scene. Nice. Love finishing scenes. Sometimes it's hard to do.
Did about half a page of psychology.
Good. Godspeed to all the students here. Wrote 630 words. I'm so happy. That's the most I've written in one sitting this week. That's amazing. In only 15 minutes, too. That's really, really good.
Yeah.
Someone says, I wrote out the main timeline for the backstory. That's exciting. Only 246, but I'm still trying to get into the zone. Same here. I find like with these series of writing sprints, the first one is usually the most difficult as you kind of get into it. But some of you guys seem to have gotten into it no problem because you're writing like 800 words. I have no idea how much I wrote, to be honest. It probably wasn't that much because I was figuring out what was wrong with my internet for the first half of this, but it's probably like, I don't know, 200-ish or something. I haven't really checked.
That actually sounds similar to somebody saying silly errors due to writing out of order, so spent time deciding what needs to go where. So frustrating, no new words. Yeah, I mean, that happens sometimes, but at least you are trying to figure it out. Okay. Started a new chapter in a different POV, definitely helping with the block I was in before. Excellent. Sometimes you really just need a change of pace. Okay. Okay, so it looks like Shaelin froze. I wasn't sure at first. I didn't want to be talking over her, but it looks like she froze for a minute. So still a few technical glitches. We're going to sort that out. Let's see what you guys have been up to in the meantime. It is actually a good opportunity to start a whole new chapter, but it's not really my writing time. That's fair. I mean, unfortunately, we have people from all over the world and everybody likes writing at different times of day. So trying to find one that works perfectly for everyone is not easy. But hey, Shaelin, I can see you again. I don't know. Okay.
I went back. I think it's working now.
Okay. All right. A couple people were very nicely recommending the Reedsy editor to some of their fellows, which is always nice to see. That is our free writing app on Reedsy.com. If anybody is not familiar, you just need a Reedsy account and then you log in similar to the way that you would log into a Google Doc, except that in our opinion, it works a lot better and is a lot cleaner. So yeah, that is, this time is actually perfect for me. All my ideas pop into my brain at midnight. Okay, I'm an early morning writer, so I can't identify with that, but I know that one of my best friends does all her writing after midnight. Let's see. Oh, next year is my 10th nano. Good for you. I don't know exactly how many nanos I have done, to be honest. I said last time that I worked, I did 6 of them in a row when I first started, and then I started taking some breaks. And so I've done a couple since then. It kind of just depends on the year and what I'm working on. But so I might have had 10. Is Wattpad a good platform to practice writing as well? I haven't used Wattpad. I know that a lot of people do really like it. That you can get feedback on it pretty easily, which is always an important part of learning how to be a writer. So if you guys want to try it, I would say go right ahead. Morning and night writing, never written in the morning, would be crazy for the rest of the day. I find that it, for me, it helps to just get started first thing. But again, obviously everybody's different. So yeah, Shaelin, it looks like we're still having some trouble with her, but we're going to go ahead and get started on another sprint. And hopefully she will be back by the time that is up. We're going to start another 15. So good luck, everybody. Let's get going. Okay. Oh, I guess Shaelin's still having a little bit of technical difficulty. All right, well, everybody, the chat is a little bit delayed for me, but go ahead and let me know how that went for all of you, both in terms of word count and if you're happy with the progress that you've been making. Hello, Shaelin, are you actually back? Maybe not. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. 400 words, new chapter, new topic. Those are always hard to start out with. Yeah, it can be definitely at times. I think that it's kind of a mixed bag because sometimes when you move on to a new chapter, it's an exciting, fresh start. And sometimes it's like, okay, that chapter was really good. Now what? Oh, somebody said nothing. Oh, well, unfortunately, that does happen sometimes. I admit that all the technical glitches made it a little bit harder for me to concentrate as well. So I was not able to get as much as I was hoping to. So I feel some of that pain. Another person is 61. $441 words. I'm loving this. Good. Good. That is an excellent amount of progress, actually. 176, work called me away again. Oh, no. Oh, no. Let's see. 105. Literally just deleted a whole scene. Yeah, I feel that pain too. Unfortunately, though, if it's what your story needs, then sometimes deleting is weirdly the right way forward. I know that for Nano, it feels like a backtrack, of course, because now you're going to have to rewrite those words. But if it's the best thing for your story, then, you know, don't feel bad about that. 394, 73 words. Let's see. Having fun writing my characters arguing. I love that. I really like writing arguments. Possibly too much. There's just something about the back and forth banter that I can really get into easily. 443, I'm getting to the first steamy scene in my romance novel. Okay, I admit I have never written an explicitly steamy scene in my stories before, so I wish you all the best with that. I'm sure it's going to be fun as well. Let's see. 100 words editing. Okay, that's also important. 291, and I'm excited where the story is heading. Excellent. It's always really, really fun when you're excited about your work. That is definitely the vibe that you want to try and get into. I mean, struggling is a part of it, but whenever you can find that joy, grab onto it. I find dialogues goes much faster than narrative storytelling and helps you sketch out characters in the early days. Yeah, definitely. Dialogue is one of those things where, at least if you're somebody who, if dialogue comes easily to you, I know that there's some people that it's more of a struggle, but I think partly just because we spend so much of our lives engaging in real dialogue, that it can be a lot easier for people to put themselves in that mindset in their story. Let's see.
Oh, Jen, by the way, I think I can hear you now, and I have everything working.
Okay, and I can hear you. So we are
Finally.
back.
I only had to
Shaelin,
refresh the stream like 7 times.
How did your stream go?
Well, you know, I spent most of it trying to get my internet working, so I didn't write that much. But that's okay. Do you ever have those days where you write a decent amount, but none of the words sound like you? I definitely do have those days where it's like, just feels like you can't really tap into your style. To be honest, I haven't really found a way to fix it, but it definitely does happen. And sometimes I think you just have to like write through the scene and get to the next scene where it, and hopefully like find an avenue to break back in. I feel like I need a built-in purple prose filter as I type. Yeah, honestly, same. Like I love like flowery writing, like figurative writing, and it's really easy to take it too far. But to be fair, I think trying to filter that as you write the first draft makes it really difficult, and like you'll just overthink everything. So what I like to do is just like let myself be like completely uncontained and write whatever ridiculous images it is I decide to write on the first draft. And then when I'm editing, try to be really brutal and like cut anything that I don't think makes sense. But sometimes like if it's what you enjoy writing, like on the first draft, like it's okay to indulge, I think.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, have fun with it. And honestly, like a lot of the, like obviously purple prose could be a huge issue, but lots of people genuinely enjoy reading like flowery language, including myself. So done well, I don't think it has to be a bad thing. All right, I think are we thinking about doing another sprint? One more sprint maybe? And then do a little quick Q&A after if hopefully our internet is working. By that I mean my internet, because it seems like I'm the one having issues here. Sound good? Do we do one more?
Yeah, we're definitely going to want to do one more, especially with how disrupted some of the stuff has been. We're definitely going to want to sit down.
Yeah, it's been a bit choppy, unfortunately. Technology does that sometimes. So yeah, should we do one more 15? I feel like 15 is good. I'd be good for 15.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, sounds good.
All right, good luck. Okay. How did that go? Shaelin?
1 second.
Okay, 1 second.
Okay, there we go. I think it's good. Just froze for a second as I was trying to unmute.
Yes.
For me, that was pretty good. I think that's like the first of these 3 sprints where I could just like focus on writing. But I'm
Not
also
technical
at
issues.
and non-technical issues. But I'm at a very weird point in my draft because I restarted a book at the start of NaNoWriMo that I'd written like 20,000 words of because I wanted to change the form. And just in this sprint, I hit the point that I was at in like the original draft. And
Okay.
now I don't know what to do. I'm in uncharted territory all of a sudden. Woot, I'm at 24,000, almost halfway. Nice, that's amazing. That is so exciting. I'm so excited for everyone who's like on track to win. Like I could never, but that's very exciting. 650, better. It is still very hard though, writing complex characters interacting with each other. I relate. Writing character interactions can be pretty difficult, especially if you're like me and you don't know how to write dialogue. 470, nice. How about you, Jen? How was your sprint?
Pretty good. I think I probably only got around like 200, 250 words, but was finally able to get into the mindset rather than trying to fix bugs. So
Nice, nice. It is always nice when you can actually write and not try to fix bugs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Q&A time. We would love to take some questions if you have any. Post writings during every month, please. Glad you guys like them. They're fun to do. They always get me writing too. So it's nice that you guys also enjoy doing them. We'll try to do more.
Yeah.
784. That's the most I've written in such a short time, I think. Super happy. I know, I'm always surprised at how much I can write during a sprint. Like, I think it would take me like, I don't know, an hour in my mind to write 800 words. And then sometimes you do a sprint and like, there it is. It's very surprising sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes the combination of the time pressure and also just the bit of social interaction, frankly, especially in this day and age, can be very, very motivating.
For sure. Altogether, 724. Very nice. 301 words. Wow. What after a long time? Oh, busy doctor on COVID duties. That's amazing. Wow. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
everything that you are doing. The fact that you're still managing to find time to write is amazing.
That's amazing. Yeah.
You think you could explain your editing process? First time self-editing my novel and I am stuck. I have a philosophy with editing, which is that you have to approach it based on the specific problems in the book. And every book that you write or every story that you write is probably going to emerge with different problems in the end. And so will require you to do different things in the editing phase. Typically, people recommend that you start with developmental edits. So anything kind of macro. So like moving scenes or adding characters, anything that's on like the story and plot level before you start focusing on the line. Personally, I like to kind of do them at the same time. So I go through chapter by chapter and make macro edits and line edits at the same time. That's just easier for me. But generally, it's recommended that you start with like the biggest problems and work your way to like the smallest kind of line level problems. And I think that that works for most people and makes the most sense. Kind of the logic is if you start focusing on like cutting words and making little edits to your images, you might end up cutting those scenes entirely. So it's best to kind of get anything large scale in place first.
Also, there's just the fact that when you're making those large scale edits, you're very likely to introduce typos as you change the way that you're phrasing something or the way that you're approaching something.
Yeah.
So if you've already fixed a typo in that sentence and then you completely change the sentence, you've added another typo and you're going to have to proofread it again anyway.
I've done that so many times. It's so true. What's your story? I mean, how did you find out that writing was your thing? I started writing when I was around 8, I think. And let me remember. I think just I got an idea for a story one day, and I'd always been like I'd told a lot of stories. I was a very imaginative child who made up like extensive make-believe worlds and stuff. But I think I was around 8 when I got an idea for a story, and I just decided I wanted to start writing it. And then from there, I basically never stopped. It was pretty simple, I think,
It's,
for me. I just kind of started as a child and loved it.
yeah, it's pretty similar for me too. I don't know a time that I wasn't making up stories. Even before I could write, I was doing the classic kid thing where you fold some papers together and staple it and you just scribble random lines that are words, and I made a book.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as I started being able to write, I was starting to write down, I mean, ridiculously simple. It was, 6-year-old scribblings, but still got the bug and never stopped.
Yeah, pretty much. Is incorporating poems in a novel a good idea? I think if you have a good reason to do it, there's no reason why it can't be. I love novels that play with form and do kind of weird stuff like that. If you mean kind of just like having whole poems, like say as like a meta thing, like maybe the character is a poet and you include their poetry, that could be kind of cool. Or if you mean like actually writing sections of the book as a poem, that can also be neat. If you're thinking of doing that, I definitely recommend checking out Ali Smith's work, since she does a lot of that kind of stuff in her work where she'll like throw in line breaks and it'll kind of turn into like a poem at certain stages. If you have a good idea and like a good reason to do something with your story's form, there's no reason why it inherently can't be a good idea, basically.
Yeah, Victoria Schwab, or V.E. Schwab, also occasionally will do a little bit of poetry inside some of her books. I've heard that there's a POV in her Monsters of Verity duology that is in poem form, but even in her newest book, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, there's a few small pieces where it switches very seamlessly and appropriately into a short poem and then goes back to prose. So you're in good company.
Next week at the same time, they're every Thursday for the month at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. What are the names of your books? Do you want to go first, Jen?
Yeah, well, I'm the one that has books. Shaelin has published short stories, and I have indie published books. So I have a fantasy series that starts with The Lady of Souls, and I have a superhero series that starts with The Private Life of Jane Maxwell. So, and then the series go on from there, but I don't feel like listing out 6 titles all in a row. You can find them on Amazon if you're curious on the series order.
Yeah, and like Jen mentioned, I haven't published any novels. I've published a bunch of short stories. I have a link tree with links to all of them. That's in like the bio of my Twitter. I don't know if you want to find it, Martin, but it has links to all my short stories. And then the novel I'm working on right now is not published, but it hopefully will be someday. It's called Holding a Ghost. That's kind of what I'm working on. And then the other book that I'm currently revising that I hope will be my debut is called Honey Vinegar. What is your process for finding the title of your book or chapter names? Oh God, titles are a mystical, strange thing.
Yes.
I know some authors have like processes for how they come up with titles. I find there are 2 ways that I either title something. Either I have the title very early on in the process, like before I start writing, and it was the only idea for the title that I ever had, and it just kind of appeared one day and it didn't really take much thought. Those are the beautiful moments of my life. Or on the other hand, it feels impossible to title, and I have to spend ages combing through trying to think of something that makes sense. One kind of good tip that I heard from a professor is if you can't think of a title for a piece, find the best sentence in the piece, rearrange it into a title, and cut the sentence. So that's a good hack for you. Yeah. That was meant more for like short stories, where like oftentimes when you write a short story, you kind of have like an idea. You kind of know what like the best sentence is, and the sentence that like captures like a core image of the piece. It's often good to think like if you have like a core symbol or like a recurring image, that can be a good thing to lean to.
Yeah, I think for me with titles, I actually tend to go about it somewhat mechanically. I usually start with what kind of a pattern do I want it to follow, or what kind of structure do I want it to follow. So like the blank of blank, or, something's blank, a possessive title name or something like that. that's just based in part on like marketing kind of decisions and what I think fits that particular story. And then I'll usually just brainstorm out from there. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad that you like the covers.
Speaking of titles, Jen, do you title your chapters? I'm always interested if people title their chapters.
I don't title my chapters personally, partly just because it would take me way too long and it would slow down the process of actually writing the book. So I just go chapter 1,
That's
chapter
fair.
2, whatever.
Nice. That makes sense. Chapter titles, I think I do title my chapters depending on the book, but like the book I'm writing right now, there are chapter titles, but they're kind of weird. It's more because like the book I'm writing right now, the form changes like in different chapters, so the titles are more to just like explain what the form is. But like when I was titling the chapters of my last book, they all followed the same pattern, like they were all 2-word titles. And sometimes it was just painful to think of them. I still have a few chapters from that book where I don't have titles for them, and it's been like years and I can't think of a good title.
Yeah. Titles are something where it usually either comes together really easily or not at all.
Yeah, pretty much. They're either very easy or very difficult.
All right.
All right, I guess we're going to wrap it up. I see from the little banner here. Lovely writing with you guys today. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Sometimes that happens, unfortunately. But hopefully next week, we'll be here at the same time, and hopefully we'll have all our stuff sorted, and we will not have Wi-Fi issues next time. But yeah, you guys can subscribe for notifications on when we have new live events, but they are going to be every Thursday until the end of the month at the same time. So that's all for today. Thank you guys. I hope you have a great NaNoWriMo.